The bump spot right now, Brian Hall, the H8 Snowman team car at 588.6. Pre-stage, Jim Murphy, Brian Hall in. Brian wants to get off that bump spot. Murphy wants to improve on that. Brian Hall, 246 miles an hour. Murphy also improves at a 576. Brian Hall from the bump to the number 3 spot at 569.9. Murphy to the number 6 spot, and Shane Stewart. The Sullivan and Stewart car is on the bump, and I'm not sure they're going to run this.
There's no other place in the world that's better than this for a car guy. You know, that's someone that just loves front engine dragsters. It's not duplicated anywhere else. So this is the pinnacle of like nostalgia racing, and you know, and just the history that goes with running at Bakersfield. You know, it's just even when I licensed here and I pulled around the corner and I'm lining up to the water box. You know, like before we started the car for the first time, I'm just like, just don't start the car. I want to absorb that moment. You know, like. All those legends have been down here, you know, so it's like, as much as you get caught up on race day of just trying to work on your own deal and make it faster, I think you need to really take a moment and step back and realise what you're being a part of.
Pre-race Rachel is done. Shane Stewart right, Jim Murphy left. Both of them pre-stage. They are set. Big time move down there. Shane Stewart lifts off that throttle. Goes 662, 158. And Jim Murphy's car was long gone, Johnny Cowden. The guy who's sitting in that catbird seat for the championship, Brett Williamson. For Mike Fuller, the team, the Forever Young car.
This time of the year is okay. I mean, Bakersfield's our home track. We run here often, so you would think we would have home track advantage, but I don't even count that so much. We have had an awesome season. We finally got a fast car hooked up with some luck, and hopefully we can continue that on right now. I know that we're 32 points ahead, but it's still a race, and yeah, there's some bad dudes out there that's going to stop me, not just Tyler.
Pete's in. They're both pre-staying. Pete Whitberg in. Their points leader in. Hang on that big down there, top end. 599, 251, Brett Williamson. Pete Whitberg in that circuit breaker car in the Michelob Ultra CP Gorilla Lane. That baby won road racing.
Time to make a change. We've been running the Chevy car for a while now, and we did a lot with it, but it was time to go to another level. And yeah, it's a Murph car. Driver-wise, you sit in it great. Everything's where it needs to be. I never driven a front motor car you can see out of, so I'm still kind of adjusting to that. It definitely, you know, a car on this level, being able to see is a better thing. As far as the motor's concerned, I mean, everything is what it's supposed to be. It's super smooth. It's running how it's supposed to. The biggest thing's going to be just not changing stuff that needs to be changed.
Pretty good down there, Johnny Couch. How about that, baby? 575, Tyler Hill goes to the number 1 spot. 579, Pete Kaiser goes to the number 2 spot. Wow! Unbelievable side-by-side runs there. Points-wise, Tyler Hilton now has 10 qualifying points. Brett Williamson has 8 qualifying points. Pete Kaiser slipped in there, picked up 9, but Pete making his return, not in that championship hunt. but that becomes very important qualifying. Adam Sorokin, the champion speed shop special. Now this car is not the brand new car.
No.
This car was built in 2009. They replaced
Sterling car.
Yes.
The Sterling has always been just a great car. We brought that back out for Tulsa, and it was like getting back together with an old girlfriend, basically, you know. So we knew each other's moves, and we got in there. And in one run, I felt pretty comfortable back in the car, and the chassis started working. We were number 2 qualifier in the race and went to the final, and it just showed that the chassis really likes the combination of the small block Chevy and where the engine is and the flexibility of the chassis. So we're kind of excited for this race because now I'm in a car that I feel that old Sterling still has a couple wins left in it, so hopefully it will.
Sorokin, 5.75.7, Adam Sorokin. Frank McNee made a move down there, lifts off the throttle, 10.35.0, 70 miles an hour, but Adam up to the number 7.
Right on. It was cool. Car drove great, yeah. We wanted to run a 75 to a 70, shutting it off at 1,000 foot, and that's pretty much what it did. So, yeah, it moved. It was a little soft early, down low, but at half track it started to want to run, so it was good. I mean, when they run good and they're happy, they run smoother, you know. It almost slows down. Everything kind of chills out. But yeah, seeing the sight difference, yeah, it's way easier to keep it in the groove. I can tell you that.
I ran an automotive repair shop. We did a lot of small blocks, so it was sort of a natural for us to fill small blocks. But when I saw Bob McLennan with the champion speed shop car doing what they were doing back in the late 80s, 90s, with this very similar combination, I was hooked. I thought that was the coolest thing since sliced bread. Our run here today, you know, it shook the tires pretty hard, and then I pedaled it, rattled them again. It just wasn't going to get a hold of the track. And yeah, it might be tough to get into a mid-5 field, but we have a lot of fun. We're going to make 3 good hits at it and give it a try. So, you know, we might have a chance to run a low 6 tomorrow. So if we could run a 620, we'd be really happy. We can run a 6.0, we'll be partying here for a month.
You know, we raced in March this year, that's it. Last year we ran the March meet, and that was it. So 2 races in 2 years, not that much. But, you know, we're all rusty. We haven't been doing this enough. And, you know, luckily we got enough stuff to be out here to begin with. So it's kind of the plan is just to kind of sneak up on it.
So I've been watching Bill Dunlap since I've been watching these videos. You know, he's a staple in this deal, legend. Told me he started racing in 1962. I just met him kind of out in the, you know, in the pit area over there at Fuller's. Got to talking with him, and I was like, you know what? I'd like to have this guy come and start, you know, warm my car up for me, just to be a part of it. I know it had been a little while since he'd been in a fuel car, so I was like, hey man, you want to come warm my car up? And like, his smile got all the way ear to ear. He goes, yeah. He goes, where are you pitted at? And I told him, he goes, I'll be there. So yeah, it was super cool to have him in there, and to watch him get out of the car was awesome because he couldn't stop smiling, and hung around for about 10 minutes and talked, and he was off to go race a fuel car, man. It was awesome.
This promises to be pretty spectacular. Temperature down about 10 degrees from what it was yesterday, and well, I'm looking forward to seeing this. How about you?
And Brian Hall, the Nomad Dragster.
Track's tricky out here, you know. This is our kind of our home track. We're used to running here, and I don't know what's going on. And, you know, there's 15 cars here and only 3 cars made it down the track last night, and I was one of the ones that didn't. So I'm hoping today's a different day. I think we're going to go for it. We got another shot tonight, so if we have to last second, we can always go easy on it. But if we get in with a good one right now, I feel a lot more comfortable.
Now, they're both pre-staged, Mike English. They are set. That three-way Chevrolet lane, 588. Look at the speed, Donnie Couch. Only 194 miles an hour. Brian Hall was 208 at half track, and that's pretty trucking right along there.
You know, I'm not really sure. I'm really nervous, but I really think it'll come back to me once I do that first burnout. It's been 6 years, but I've seen this car go down the track every time right behind it. Almost felt like I'm driving it too. I kind of know the characteristics of the car, how it's going to handle, but I am nervous. It's a very, very fast car, and I'm glad the opportunity Dan's given me to drive this car this weekend.
Very talented driver, Mindy Fry, walking around Pete Kaiser's there, her good friend. And you'd almost say she looks like a fish out of water, but she looks like knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, she knows how to work on these cars and build them.
All 4 lights are lit. Five, 6, 6, 255. Pete Kaiser goes to the #1 spot. Tyler Hilton goes 569.3. Shut it off again to 220 miles an hour. Goes to the #2. Well, gets bumped back to the #2 spot. Hall of Fame starter Larry Sutton, part of that Pete Whitburn team over there, the Circuit Breaker, which he drove for so many years. They're putting good numbers down, B. Whitburn. 576.4, 243, and they found their way in a big way. Tyler Hester, 585.6. And Shane Stewart, Donnie, that car is a world traveler. Was built here, was bought by some people in Australia, went to Australia. Shane is from Australia. Shane went down there and got that car and brought it back here. And now it's his top fuel eliminator.
So that car's got some airline bonus points miles.
Yes, it does. So here we go. 2 cars in, not in that field. 6094, the bump spot. And that left lane is putting up big time numbers. 585.4, 258 miles an hour, Shane Stewart. Bill Wiskowski, the small block Chevrolet, 689.2. Shane up to the #5 spot. And the guy who is #1 in the points, Brett Williamson, is on the bump spot. And we got one in the beach down there at the top end. Frank McGee Jr. See? Coming up here in that Nicro Ultra CD4 team out of Nhra. The Champion Speed Shop Special. Adam Sorokin, who still has a chance for that top fuel title. Frank McGee Jr. wants to be part of that 8-car field. Adam wants to stay in the 570. 5804, 242, Adam Sorokin. That car is deadly consistent, Donnie Couch.
Jim Murphy's car also comes to life.
2 very good quality cars that have not been quick enough to be part of the 8-car field, Donnie.
I think in my case, we're going to just back up to a clutch program we've used a lot and we know something about. And it certainly has run 60s, but it'll run 70s, with not too much difficulty. So our goal here is to run in the 70s this next run. We'll be a little bit conservative. So we're pretty optimistic about the car will be okay.
$5.99 if you want to get in that field. A little Volta Lane cloud of smoke. Wow. 584.5, 208. Look at Murphy, 208 miles an hour at half track. So this is a very, very interesting run because, well, points make a world of difference.
Every run is important.
For the championship.
Here we go, Mike English.
The final car. Points ever so critical for the championship. Oh, Cabango down there. Holy cow, 676, 135. And going in to session number 3, 0 points for your, oh man, that makes a world of difference, Donnie.
And not in the show.
Not in the show.
It was wild, it's feeling great, you know, sliding around a little bit, clicked it right at the stripe, pulled the shoots felt like it was taking forever to blossom, so I just grabbed a handful of brake and then I suffered a little bit of the Bakersfield bounce, man. Just shoots hit, I was on the brake and this 1, 2, I'm like, it ain't going to stop. And unfortunately we put it in the sand, but my first 5, you know, 585, 258 and put it in the sand. I think I'm always going to remember this one. You know, but it's a dream come true. We didn't want my first 5 to be like that, to beach it, but I'll never forget it. I wasn't expecting it to be a 585, but I knew there would be some high mile an hour, you know. So yeah, unfortunately, she didn't pull up when it started bouncing. You know, the safety safari said I went past them at like a foot in the air. So that's part of drag racing, you know, part of making the memories and learning what not to do, I guess. I'll try and be earlier on the shoots. Yeah, thought it would have pulled up quicker than that.
Man, it was freaking awesome, man. You know, Jimmy Young's come in there and helped me do a little tuning on this deal. Man, he's done a phenomenal job trying to get some stuff lined out. I can't be any more happy. I feel like that we probably got a 5 in it on this last run. And if I run a 5, y'all better watch out because there's going to be a lot of yelling and screaming coming on at the end of this damn track.
And then Tyler, second best run ever. How do you feel about this last qualifier? Might not be safe.
We're gonna give it our best. We'll see. I'm hoping to get it into a mid 70. We'll see.
Andy Fry, why are you working on a car and not driving one?
Because they called me.
I got a great crew. She's a great addition to the crew, and it's a good time right now. All my buddies are here, you know what I mean? My parents are here, my family's here. It's pretty badass, I gotta say that. Feeling really good. I keep shutting off a little bit early. Not sure why I'm doing that. I keep pulling fireballs from finish line. Not sure why I'm doing that either. But we'll get fixed. I'll get my head out of my butt pretty quick and get a good run done.
Yes, the conditions here is you being a former crew chief turned announcer, I'd say they're pretty optimum.
Yeah, well, when cool air and everything, you make more power with the motors, and then you know, the track's cool, you get better bite. So optimal conditions out here right now. The fans are in for a treat.
Final session, top fuel qualifying. What a Saturday night. Gerald Tedford walks away from Tyler here in that Michelob Ultra ZP Carrillo lane.
Both 3-stage, Mike English.
That 588 bump is going to drop big time, Donnie. Car through the lines, 577, and I believe Tyler Hessner may have tossed a clutch out there, Donnie, at 583, 236, but Wittenberg, 577, 6, 243, stays number 4. Tyler, 583, 1, will move up to that number 5 spot. Free stage, Jim Murphy, Brian Hall in. Brian wants to get off that bump spot. Murphy wants to improve on that number 6 spot. Second on down through the top end of cloud of smoke. 569. Brian Hall, 246 miles an hour. Murphy also improves at a 576. Brian Hall from the bump to the number 3 spot at 569.9. Murphy to the number 6 spot SoCal Speed Shop says Safari checking that left lane, a cloud of smoke, but they don't care. They're up to the number 3 spot in a career best run for a guy who spent time in a fuel altar. Interesting note, Brian Hall at half track in that Nomad car, 209.59 mile an hour. Jim Murphy was right there at 206.
That's a souvenir. I just ran my first 60.
Right? Yeah, I'm glad you're okay. Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's good shit out of me.
I know.
I was like,
oh. Nozzle's still puking in the seat.
Yeah, I got right on the. It was on a run too. I was like, all right, yeah. And then it was just like, it just gave me a little flash, and I went, oh fuck, and then, it sucks. I didn't like it at all. We're not usually ones to tear stuff up like that. We've never had a fire. I did lose the chutes in the Tramp once, and that was scary enough. I'm gonna try not to do that again. It's hot. It tastes like crap. These underwear worked pretty good. It got warm. Mostly it was just the heat in my mouth. Just like took a big gulp of it right when it happened. So other than that, I mean, well, the stuff worked like it should. I mean, that was a pretty big fire, and I'm not burned up. I don't have anything on me. All intact. Ready to fight. I wish I could still race, but I don't know, man. I don't got a fire suit. I got to.
Take one, dude. I'm not gonna need it this
Well,
weekend.
I mean, if we're still in the show, if we still make it in the show, I mean, we'll do whatever we can to make it. But I have a feeling that 88 from the round before is not gonna cut it. So if we got to do it, we'll, we got the parts. We'll run the show. I'll get back in it. Might need a helmet. I'll take all your.
Pete Kaiser pre-stage. Brendan Murray rolls right in. Brendan Murray deep stage, that will affect the lap time. Watch that baby down there, top end. 5:65.4 runs quicker yet at 259.96 miles an hour. That baby was 208 at half track. And Pete Kaiser, Dan Rand, Bendy Fry, that team, wow. So Sean Bowen, far side out of Michigan. Sean Bowen has not put down a Sean Bowen type run here.
No, he has not.
Compared to how we ran in Tulsa, I'm hoping we can run in the 50s, I really think the conditions will be here. I'm pretty excited about that, we just got to get our car. We're still dialing her in a little bit, and hopefully we've made the right choices. We worked on it hard after Tulsa, and I think we made the right choices. We'll find out here in a little while.
Conditions are perfect.
I want to watch the car here in the Michelob Ultras, TC Carrillo Lane. Whack of the throttle out of Sean Bowen. Tyler Hill gonna tickle that second line. Tyler Hilton down there, 5:63.3. Tyler Hilton goes to the top, 5:63.3, 241. Sean Bowen, 6:10, 165. Will not be in that field, but Tyler Hilton, those valuable qualifying points to the number 1 spot for Tyler and the team in that championship hunt. They need to improve to a 5:85.3 to have any chance to dance on Sunday for the championship in Top Fuel Eliminator. Brett Williamson is pre-stage. He is staged. Waiting on Adam Sorokin over there. Here comes Adam, that champion speed shop car. All eyes on the right lane here. And that car went. Down there at the top end, 5:8.01, 246, and your points leader is going to be a DNQ. So in order to have a shot at the championship, or win the championship, Tyler will have to win round number 1. So just big time drama here in Top Fuel qualifying at the California Hot Rod Reunion.
I'm not even sure what came first, the chicken or the egg, Cam? I think the cam broke.
Yeah, that run got thrown out, and they kept my run. Well, I was still in from before. My 88 stood as number 8. So I got Hilton first round, which means if I take him out, I got a chance at a championship. And so does Champion, and so does Fuller or Williamson. So I had at least 6 guys offer their suits instantly. I mean, I could burn up 6 more times and have enough fire suits. The rest of the parts aren't. That's the problem, you know. Blower bags and seat belts. We got new seat belts in it. We borrowed from another car. I think Chris Davis. Yeah, he gave us the belts out of his car. Got a new fire bottle from Good Vibrations. They helped out. Brendan offered everything out of his car. Michael Anderson. So I'll probably be wearing Anderson's suit tomorrow and his helmet and everything. So that's good. I'm just trying to figure out what's the one thing that's going to stop us, and so far we haven't figured that out yet. I'm sure it'll come at about 2 a.m. That's when it'll happen for sure.
Half track, it's like you plug it in high gear. You know, it takes off at half track. You know, we kind of go easy right off the line, and then it's just hammering it. You know, but half track on, it's a rocket ship. I mean, that last run it was spinning. You know, it was getting colder, and the window was getting really narrow. So it spun from half track on, but it was a rocket, and did good. Yeah, I shut it off early. We got good crew guys working on that Chevy for a long time, made us really pay attention to details, and it was a lot harder to service. So servicing this thing's a breeze. We've had some great help with Jason Bunker and a few other people who were here this weekend, and it's just been really good. We've all been doing it as a group effort, and you know, it's not like we started doing this last week, right? You know, but it's reeling it in and making the window narrower, tuning it is where we've kind of ended up, and that was a little tough to get used to at first, but we're kind of seeing a pattern and going with it. So.
All right, Mike. Well, we'll be doing a little checking of the draft right now. Brian, what's going on with you? You made a pretty decent run out there. You happy with that? Well, we're going to go out. You know, we didn't be able to deal with us this weekend, so we're going to go out and try to put that thing in one possible run. Do our best to race this weekend. Is on the phone quite a bit, checking on his car. It's very strange. I don't think the car's ready for around. No, it's a lot different without.
Yeah, we just decided to sit it out when we took it for a ride to the beach, and unfortunately the sand just goes everywhere. So, you know, in the fuel tank, you know, it's when we pull the motor down, there's sand on top of the pistons and everything like that. And so we just collected our thoughts and just remembered that we were here as a test session, and to walk away with a 585 at 258. That's we've exceeded our expectations of what we came here to do just as a test, and we really don't have the parts, equipment, and just the solvent and cleaning stations and everything to put it back together at the standard that we want to run it. You know, there's just not enough money here at the start line to junk 10-20 grand's worth of stuff for $1,500. You know, so we want to come back together prepared, and we've learnt a lot from that 585. So we're going to change a few things, and that just puts us in a really good position to start for the March meet. So we'll go from there.
I think the whole thing sucks, but it was all of our faults. I mean, we had a better car than that, and like I said, every time I talk to anybody, you got to have a good running car and luck, and we didn't have either one. So I left it up to the guys if they want to run today, and if they want, that's fine. I'll go drive it, but I would have walked home last night if it was me.
We went to bed at 3 o'clock or 3:30. It was starting to get a little blurry there towards the end. We were all pretty tired. I mean, this is what we do it for, right? It'd be a lot easier to stop and throw in the towel and just kick back, put our feet up, and watch the races today. But my guys all wanted to do it. I was on the fence a little bit, and then they said I was racing Tyler, and I'm like, well, you can't be a hero by sitting on the couch. So, you know, we got all the guys together and tons of help from a lot of people, and we just decided to go for it. You know, I got a chance, and this thing could run 60s again. I might be a little gun shy. Maybe I won't take it to the stripe. Maybe I will. If I don't see them, you know, I might leg it out.
More power to him. I'm glad he got it back together for sure, but I don't know, go round by round. I ain't really thinking about it. Not right now. Let's get past first round.
I think it's a long shot. I think we're a dark horse for that. I think I'd like to win this race, and if all that, you know, sorts itself out, great. But feel bad for Brett that they did really well this whole season, and to not make it into the final race of the season is, you know, I feel for them. I've been there before, so, you know, my hat's off to those guys for the good season that they had. But, you know, if anybody was going to win the championship and it wasn't me, I'd love to see them do it. Tyler and his team has done real well. They brought a killer car out here, and they're running good now. So they'll either have to lose it, and I'm going to have to go on to win it. And we'll just see how it works out. You know, I'm just going to go with the flow today.
Round number 1 of Top Fuel Eliminator Sunday afternoon here. Donnie Couch and Famoso Dragster.
Oh.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Nothing like Nitro on a Sunday morning.
So 2 very quality cars. Donnie Couch, Pete Kaiser get behind the wheel over there on that far side of the track. And Brett Williamson. A very, very good car who has had the championship lead the entire year in GM Junior at the California Hot Rod Reunion. Unfortunately, it's first one to go to round number 2, about to find out here at the California Hot Rod Reunion. Wow, scoreboard down there, top end 568, 258 miles an hour. Pete Kaiser checked out down there. Donnie Couch, that was a 568 deep stage, and you know that hurts the elapsed time a little bit.
Yeah, well, we know that car is quickest car on the property as of now, and what a great performance.
Brian had one heck of a fire the final qualifying session. Honestly, it's just good to see him back out here. So the burnout for Brian Hall of the H&H Nomad. Tyler Hilton over there in that 3-way Chevrolet lane. Talked about the efforts that they went through for that Great Expectations team. Their driver, Tyler Hilton. How about buying a new car during the season?
A car that's a proven winner.
Yes.
Out here.
And Kelly Hall walks away from her husband, gives him the thumbs up. Bobby Hilton walks away from his son over there. We go to round number 2, Top Fuel Eliminator. Brian is pre-stage. Tyler is pre-stage. The champ right down through there. 559, 248 miles an hour. How about that for a championship run? Tyler Hilton, his quickest run ever in his driving career. First time into the 50s at 5:52.9. That will be your 2022 Top Fuel National Champion. And congratulations to Bobby Hilton and Jim and Allison Lee, that entire team. The championship is finally theirs. Pete Whitberg, the circuit breaker, does his burnout that 3-way Chevrolet lane, and here comes Jim Murphy in the Michelob Ultra CT Carrillo lane. Fourth qualifier over there, far side, number 5 over here. To race Tyler Hilton, your new champion next round. Jim Murphy is pre-stage. Here comes that Pete Whitberg in the battle of the former national champions. a hit there. Pete Whitmer, check that baby out. Holy cow. Pete Whitmer, 5, 6, 6, 8, 249 miles an hour. Look at that half track speed, Donnie Couch, 209 for that circuit breaker team. 566.8, and oh, by the way, you won't have lane choice. Tyler Hester. Daryl Tedford, that's that overtime special. Number 6 qualifier with back-to-back 580s out of that overtime special. With Daryl Tedford, Rick McGee in that team.
This is the only thing I've ever drove down the quarter mile. I've never been in a door car, nothing, so I don't know any different. Well, we're making strides with this thing. It's finally doing what he wants it to do, so we're pretty happy about that. We did okay in March. Went up to Boise and had a pretty good outing up there, so we have some pretty high expectations this weekend.
Daryl Tedford looks over Bobby Flanagan. Two very good friends. Now it's up to their drivers. They are both pre-stage. Tyler DJ. Wow. Now nothing. Tyler gonna run him down in a ball of fire on a hole shot. Both of them, I believe, had a flasher down there, Donnie. 581, 4, 234. Adam Sorokin to round number 2.
So we went out there, and Tyler's real good over there with Rick McGee. And we got to the finish line, and I got the wind light, and then it lit up. So, it lit up pretty good. Started, just saw a lot of orange, and it got a little hot, and just tried to keep it straight and shut it off and put a new motor in it. Keep going. That's all we do.
Well, we're sneaking up on it. It seems to want more than we're used to. So I keep throwing some power at it, and it's not really reacting the way we want it to. So we're just trying to figure out why and what we need to do to kind of get it where we want it.
Oh, the car's doing great. Yeah, the driver needs a little work, but no, it feels good. It feels good, especially after struggling a bunch. Yeah, it feels real good. It feels good to get it down in there and make some good laps for sure. So we'll just try to keep going 2 more rounds. So, yeah, the point steal's cool. We'd like to finish it off all the way if we can, for sure. So we're doing all right.
Top Fuel Eliminator, semifinal round, your newly crowned national champion, Tyler Hilton, 5:59. Last round to get lane choice. And former national champion, Pete Whitmer, the circuit breaker team. Robert Sutton and the entire team down there. One of the quickest Top Fuel dragsters ever. Right here in that Michelob Ultra CP Carrillo Lake. A very short list of cars that have dipped down into the 550s in Top Fuel Eliminator. Who will be the first to go to the final round in Top Fuel? Bobby Hilton says, go get him, kid. Yep. Bobby's in the stage lace jumping around in Tyler's cool, calm, and collective. Pete Whitmer, Tyler Hilton. Shot Tyler down there, top end, 578, shutting it off to 210 miles an hour. 211 at half track, It goes 2:10 across the finish line there. Pete Whitberg up in smoke at 12:95, 77 miles an hour. Tyler Hilton was 211 miles an hour at half track, Donnie. The champion speed shop car is not here. So it'll be a single run for Pete Kaiser.
Well, we put a new engine in the car, got everything put back together, and eventually what we found out is that we broke the keyway in the tri-drive to the oil pump. And just couldn't get it together in time to run the semi. And we were already behind in time because we did the engine change and stuff, and just unfortunately we didn't make it. So a little bit bitter from that. You know, I think we had something, but we just didn't get it turned around in time, and got nipped by a little bit of bad luck. So
as he rolls it into the beams, he's pre-staged, Mike English.
I want to watch the scoreboard. Oh, shut it off. Well, the early numbers were very good. 101, 60-foot time, 258 to 330, and rolled out of the mile. 7:05.6. Pete Kaiser, Tyler Hilton for the California Hot Rod Reunion Championship.
You know, I think track's gonna be great. Conditions gonna be good. We gotta step up a game a little bit to beat Hilton, I think. I think they're gonna run a high 50. We gotta try and run a high 52 and try and leave with them. I had a great time this weekend, man. I didn't expect to do this good. I got very comfortable today. I was hoping by Sunday I'd be ready to go. I feel good now. I know where I'm at on the track. I can see really good. Everything came back to me pretty good. Everything slowed way down today for me. So I'm very happy with everything.
I don't know, it's gonna be a good drag race. We fought it out in qualifying, and it was pretty bitching, so, and it's cool seeing Pete back behind the wheel again, so I think it'll be a really good race, for sure. Man, we'll go give it our best, so let's go do it.
I know you're tougher than that. You were ready to throw down there.
The final rounds here is Top Fuel Eliminator. On the pad, and they fire up Pete Kaiser, and they fire up Tyler Hilton. Two of the baddest cars on the ground here. Tyler, of course, the national champion in Top Fuel Eliminator, going back to Ohio with that big trophy. Pete Kaiser, his burnout. The champ, Tyler Hilton, his burnout. Now, Tyler always does a relatively short burnout there. Dan Horan. Dan says, hey, you know what? You're going to drive at the California Hot Rod Reunion. I'll drive the funny car. You get behind the wheel of the Dragster. Well, that's paid dividends, hasn't it? In the final round, Tyler Hilton, been well documented, started the season with a big block Chevrolet. They decided if they had a chance for the championship, they needed to make the switch over to the Heavy. They purchased the championship winning car from Tony Bartone and the team. And well, that was a pretty good investment. They are the champ, but right now they have a race to win. And Pete Kaiser over there in that three-way Chevrolet lane could care less about that championship. He wants another trophy. Pre-stage is Pete Kaiser. Pre-stage Tyler Hilton. Tyler Hilton, 5'6", 238 miles an hour, and your champ is your winner at the California Hot Rod Reunion. Pete Kaiser was better in reaction time, and then Tyler ran him down. Pete runs 5'7", 251. Pete was 103 60-foot time. Tyler was 102. Pete to the 330 was 260. Tyler was 258. At half track, Pete was 380 207. Tyler was 376 210. And ran that car down. And Tyler Hilton, the top fuel national champion, the top fuel California Hot Rod Reunion champion. The trophy going back to Ohio. Great expectations once again. And I can tell you, Tyler's grandma and grandpa, Jim and Allison Lee, back home, probably jumping up and down.
That's what we did. That thing was moving, buddy. I was over in the wall. 554. I thought I was gonna hit the fucking wall, man. Rip the wings off. God damn. He did good. She did all right. She did enough. We just kept picking at it every run, man. Had a lot of great help from Jason Bunker, and all the crew did fucking awesome. We had to put a motor in it just to be safe for the final, just so we didn't hurt nothing. And I think it liked it. We're good, man. It's really bitching to go up there and get it all, you know what I mean? We'll see you in March, right?
I feel like we did what we needed to do, and I can't say it in words, Les. It was fantastic, man. Great team effort. No, I'm not sure anybody else could have took this race car and turned it around like we were doing. Great group of guys, man. It's all team effort.
And then one more, the family history of racing. You got a championship.
Oh, man, let me tell you what, man. The Hilton family is behind this car. It's Allison, it's Jimmy, it's my brother, it's my dad, it's Tony, it's everybody. It's all family, man. You know, it's family. Make sure you tell them, too.
He's a little taller than me. They did all the work.
Hey! Oh, that works good.
That was badass, man.
All right, here we go.
All right, we got to do this.
Yeah, he did, but he thought we were going to have a little stage. He wanted his track. I was getting ready. I was going to get a little started by the truck. You let him do it. Yeah. I was right there on the edge of the car, but I was right there. All right.
Let's go!